Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game is Saturday night. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game.
That's going to be caught for the touchdown.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud. The Packers and Bears in Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Sign up for a 30-day free trial today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Walmart Business is in the business of saving you time, money, and hassle. Whether your business started in a garage or is a garage, Walmart Business has the tools to help you get where you're going. Tools like free shipping, multi-user accounts, and just about any item your company needs.
Even a double filtration cyclone dust collector.
Yep, even that.
Sweet.
Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love. Now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com. Terms apply.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my podcast, Esme's Country Life. Today we have another midweek mini-pod episode and today we're going to be going through all of my 2026 New Year's resolutions. There's going to be ones about my personal life, there's going to be ones about the cottage, there's going to be ones about my horses, there's going to be ones about being a dog mum to my puppy Fossy. But before we begin, I just want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of the podcast, Red Post. Red Post is an equestrian and country store based in the UK and they also ship all over the world. And guys, their huge winter sale is starting very soon. It's starting on the 9th of January, so keep your eyes peeled for that. They're going to have some incredible bargains all on your favourite brands, products, so go and check it out on the 9th of January, depending on when you're listening to this podcast. But I just want to say a huge thank you to Red Post for sponsoring. You can go and check them out at redpostequestrian.co.uk. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. I'm actually quite proud of myself because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep up the midweek mini-pod episodes going into the new year because I started it as kind of like Podmas, a bit like Vlogmas, but we're still here. We're doing another one. Long may it continue. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let me know if you'd like to see more of them. These episodes are smaller, so I guess they're a little bit more fun. I guess a little bit easier for me, I guess, to record. And just have a little bit of a catch-up, a little bit of a chin wag. But anyway, let's start off on my 2026 New Year's resolutions. I have actually written them down on my notes app this year because then I can go back, check them as the year goes on. So we're going to start off with general. Now, my general is to try and read 5 times a week, which I feel like I was going to put every day, but then I feel like with a lot of New Year's resolutions, if you don't keep something up, then you can go, oh, well, you know, I failed now, I missed yesterday, so I'm gonna quit doing that. When actually, I think if you give yourself a little bit of leeway, or just like as much as possible, then I think it's easier to keep up. And I think nowadays, because obviously I read on an e-reader, and I also have a matching app on my phone. So I literally have no excuses. Instead of scrolling away on social media, which, you know, technically is my job, so I can say it's market research, which is a very bad excuse. But anyway, I can go on my phone and I can read. I can read on my phone and it keeps me up to date with where I am on my e-reader. Because obviously, don't take my e-reader everywhere with me. But do you know what I do take? My phone. So there we go. Next is a little bit similar. That is, it's not to scroll less, but it's actually to not go on social media at the cottage. Now, I was really good at doing this. If you don't know, or if you have an iPhone, you can have different focuses. So I have like an office one. I also have a cottage one. So basically, if you click on the focus, it means that you have like a different homepage, I guess. So I have one with social media and one without social media. Now, my not trap, but the way that I got back into scrolling on social media in the cottage, which I actually used to be really good at not doing, because obviously social media is my job. It's quite nice to have time to switch off, not be looking at stuff because I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And sometimes I need time to switch off. It makes me feel more creative. Anyway, better for your brain. So the reason why I snuck back into my old habits is, I'm not going to blame Fossy for this, but basically what I would do is, when Fossy, well, he is still a puppy, but in that month period where he would cry a little bit before going to sleep because he didn't like me to leave him, I would just sit and I would scroll on social media and wait for him to fall asleep, and then I would slowly creep away. Now, I don't need to do that anymore. He's very good at going into his bed and going to sleep, and I can just leave him and he's like, yeah, chill, see you in the morning, mate. Anyway, but it's kind of added into my routine. I feel like with New Year's resolutions, if you can make something a habit, then it sticks. And you can have good habits and you can have bad habits. And my bad habit is scrolling on social media before bed. Not going to be doing that anymore. Not in 2026. I am going to keep up with that. So anyway, so that's what I have written down next. Then we have, this is like a general kind of one. Every item I own should have a home. Now, I come from a family of hoarders who like to keep things, and don't get me wrong, I'm a sentimental gal. I have a little box and it has all of my lovely bits and bobs in of, I don't know, cards from loved ones and stuff like that. But there are some things that come into the house or you buy, and it doesn't have a home. It ends up being clutter. It ends up, do you know what I've realized I do, which I think I've inherited? It is the gene of having a mess cupboard. That is a cupboard where something doesn't have a home. Where does it go? It goes in the mess cupboard. I also have a mess drawer as well. And I don't even know how it accumulates things, but it does. So my 2026 motto is every item I have should have a home, because a lot of the times they're things that can be donated to the charity shop, or I can give away to friends or family, or it just needs to go in the recycling. It doesn't need to be in the mess cupboard. You don't need it. Also, I am that person where if some of my favourite products are on sale, I will buy loads of, and then they will go in my cupboard, and now my cupboard is overflowing, and I forget that I have like 4 of my favourite face wash, and then I end up restocking thinking I need to stop doing that. So that's not what I'm doing in 2026. So anybody who's like me, a good motto is every item should have a home. That's enough said. That's enough said for that one. Okay, next. So my general ones, I feel like are pretty good. Like, obviously there are some things that I would like to keep up. So one of my ones from 2025, if you listened to last week's episode, or actually this is a mini pod, so it would have been, well, technically last week because it was on the Saturday and this goes out on the Wednesday, but you know what I mean. That was to keep up going to the gym that I put once a week. I think I can do that twice a week now, which I am doing. I love going. I just love going for a swim, going in the sauna, that too. Great fun. Anyway, we're going to move on to equestrian now, because I know I have a lot of equestrians that like listening to the pod. So, my horse Joey, I've put down, because I said this in last year's one, and that is, if you're going to make a New Year's resolution, put something that is numerical, so you can tick off if it's like a yes or a no. For example, I put last year, read 20 books. You've either read 20 books or you haven't. If you just put, I want to read more, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So for this one, I've put, take Joey out jumping every fortnight. Now, sometimes we have weekly lessons, sometimes life gets in the way, sometimes my instructor's busy, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I feel like a fortnight is a good amount of time, because sometimes I might do twice a week, sometimes it might be once a week. We will see. But I've put, obviously, all of my equestrian ones are a little bit up in the air, because I obviously made a lot of equestrian New Year's resolutions last year, and then Joey had quite a bit of time off for various different reasons. But I'm hoping for happy and healthy horses in 2026, and keeping them fit and happy and healthy. And if we can get through 2026 with less vet bills and sound horses, then all will be well. That is just the main focus. But these are the cherry on top. These are like, in an ideal world, if all things goes well, and with horses, things don't always go well, as we all know. They're a bit of a roller coaster. But anyway, next up, I have do a working equitation test with Joey. Now, I have been having regular dressage lessons with him that I would love to keep up in 2026, and that has made the world of difference to not only our show jumping, but our flat work and just everything else. And like, Joey is just looking so good and muscly right now. I feel like a proud mother. But we've also been doing a little bit of working equitation as well. If you don't know what that is, my instructor describes it as dressage with a purpose. So you do lots of different dressage or fancy movements, but you're often doing some sort of obstacle with it. So it's a little bit like, somebody said, isn't that just basically handy pony? Which is like what you would do as a kid doing like gymkhanas and things at your local show. But it's a little bit more complex than that. So it's a bit like doing dressage, but you do different activities like opening and closing a gate, lots of other fun things. But anyway, so I would love to do, even though we are definitely not working equitation people, I'd like to try and, dip my toe in there, have a bit of fun. Am I looking at going and doing the national championships? No. But you never know. We might go out. We might have some fun. It'll be low pressure. I feel like with equestrian things, if you're like, oh, this isn't my discipline, then it's all low pressure. Like, oh, this isn't my thing. So I'm just going to go out there, have some fun. If we do rubbish, if we like knock over the cones or whatever, who cares? It's a bit of fun. Joey's out there. He's having an enriched life. He's doing something fun and interesting. It's keeping him fit, healthy, and his mind happy. Then hey, let's do it. So I would love to do a working equitation test with him. Okay, next is for Casper, who's my other horse. Casper is 20 now, which is wild. He's in his 20s. He is a veteran. He is an older boy. And for him, I just put keep him fit and healthy. Go on lots of big rides, have a lot of fun. And then my last horse that we have is Duke, who is my little rescue from Weltos Welfare. He is tiny, and that is to take Duke to a show. I think it would be so much fun to take him to a little local show and do some in-hand showing with him. Does he have the best conformation? No, because I'm pretty sure some of his legs are like literally wonky. But I think it would be great fun for him. I think he would have some fun as well. I think I've kind of put Duke up in the air a little bit because this summer he'll be turning 6. So he's a rising 6-year-old. And I think this summer might be the summer where we maybe think about doing some stuff with him. Like if he doesn't like it, then that's fine. He can be a glorified lawnmower or field ornament, whatever you want to say. But if he wants to do some fun things and it keeps him happy, healthy, and gives him an enriched life, then great. So maybe we'll do carriage driving with him. Maybe we'll do liberty or trick training with him. Don't want to put too much pressure on that one, but I've just put do something fun with Duke. Take him to a show, take him somewhere, maybe take him to the forest with the other horses. That might be chaotic, but could be very good fun. Maybe I'll take him with Casper, because Casper's a bit more chilled in his old age. I feel like Joey will be like, let's gallop, and Duke will be like, my little legs can't keep up. Anyway, next up we have, so they're all my equestrian ones. Of course, there's lots of things that I'm working on, like with my riding instructor or with my trainer at the moment. So one of them is my right shoulder. I would really like to try and get better with and I am getting better, but still we always have something that we're working on, and I have quite a bad back, and because of that results. Actually, do you know what was really interesting? I went to my physio and I said to her, because she's horsey as well, I said, hey gal, I sometimes find that my right shoulder or my right hand, like I ride a bit wonky, and my right arm is always like lower and my shoulder's a bit lower. And basically she looked at my body and was like, girl, you've got one leg longer than the other. And basically I think it was something to do with my hips. And that's also one thing I get told when I'm riding. My instructor always says when I'm a little bit wonky, I need to have my right hip forward. So basically I'm just genuinely just a bit twisted and a bit wonky. So that sounds really bad. I'm genuinely a bit twisted. It sounds like I'm sort of some sort of serial killer. Anyway, no, I'm a little bit wonky. So, I'm going to be working on that. I'm working at the gym to try and make myself less asymmetrical and stronger on both sides, and hopefully that will help me with my riding. So that's my just general, overall equestrian. Give my horses a good life, keep myself fit and healthy, keep them fit and healthy.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Get 2 times membership rewards points per dollar on eligible purchases in key business categories, as well as on each eligible purchase of $5,000 or more, on up to $2 million in eligible purchases per calendar year. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
Lovely jubbly. Anyway, on to the next. So next we have my Fossey section, aka my puppy who we rehomed from the RSPCA back in November now. Time has flown by. So obviously he is, at the time of recording this, 20 weeks old, I want to say. So he is still very young, and we have already completed so many milestones, such as he's completely toilet trained, he's walks on the lead really well. Like he walks to heel. The only thing that I really want to work on with him is his recall. So that's the top one that I have for Fossey, is work on our recall training, because Fossey is a sight hound, and I know that they are basically bred / genetically more prone to want to run off and chase small fluffy things. So I would really like to work more on our I would like to work more on our recall, do some recall training with him. I also put down that I would love to go doggy swimming with him. I don't know if this is something that he will, I think this will be something that he'll either not be bothered by or absolutely love, because I know he's a sight hound and they are not designed to swim, but he loves going in puddles. If there's like a little stream, he'll do like little paddling in it. So I would love to take him to a doggy swimming place where you can actually go in the pool with them and just see if he enjoys it. Obviously, if he absolutely hates it, then we won't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. But I think maybe if he's like in the right environment where the water is a little bit warmer, I'm in there with him, I'll definitely have to trim his nails before doing that, because if not, he'll want to like come and cuddle me and I'll be in my swimming costume and get all scratched up. But I think that would be really fun. Obviously, don't worry guys, when we do that we will vlog it. I'm going to wait till he's a little bit older though, because I feel like that's going to be a bit of a shock to the system. I'm pretty sure some places have certain age requirements for you to be able to do things like that. And if he has a life jacket on as well, obviously safety first, at the official place, and floats and that kind of thing and toys, I think he would have a great time. So if you have any other doggy suggestions for me to do with Fossey, or fun things that we could do, let me know in the comments, because I love the little community that we have and you guys always come up with excellent ideas. Another thing that I would love to do with him is take him to do some dog agility. So actually, for my Christmas present this year from my brother and my brother's girlfriend, they actually got me a session to take Fossey to go and do some dog agility at our local kind of dog agility place. Now, we are going to have to wait until he is 1 year old, because I'm pretty sure they have an age requirement of that, which is fair enough, because he's still a growing boy, he's still developing. We don't want that pressure on his joints and bones and all that kind of stuff. So I think that would be so much fun, doing a bit of agility with him, because he's a sporty boy, he's a sporty dog. So that I think could be good fun as well. So anyway, I think they are all my Fossey ones for now. And then last but not least, we have my social media / work kind of New Year's resolutions. And one of them is to post 5 shorts a week. I was going to say every day, which so far I've been pretty good at doing. Every day, keeping it up. But the issue is, again, if I say every day and then I don't, I feel like I'll be like, oh, well, I haven't done it every day. Scrap that New Year's resolution, put it in the bin. But if I give myself a little bit of if I give myself a little bit of leeway of 5 times a week, I feel like that's a little bit less intense as well. I'm going to try and do that. And I think then I will do higher quality posts, but keep up the momentum. I've also put down pre-record / schedule a lot of my videos. I actually did a lot of that in 2025, which is also one of my 2025 resolutions, but I'd like to keep that up. That is also a great thing for if life, comes your way. There's always something that happens. You never know when I would maybe need to take time off. That's to be there for my friends or family, or if I'm ill, or, life can life, and sometimes just things happen. So anyway, I would love to, actually so far I've been very, very organised. I have pre-planned all of my videos for January so far, so that is doing very well. I also have put down in my little list is to promote the podcast more. I absolutely love doing the podcast. It's so much fun. I want to try and keep up the mini pods as well. So let me know again in the comments if you would like, if you enjoy the mini pods and if you have any like topic suggestions, because I feel like with the mini pods I normally talk about a certain topic, and then on my Saturday feature length episodes are more kind of like what I've been up to this week, where there's always some drama, especially with horses and animals. They say don't work with horses and animals, so I always have a funny story. So I'm going to be that person. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start my New Year's resolution now, and that is please subscribe to the podcast. Get your grandma to subscribe to the podcast. Get your friends to subscribe to the podcast. Get your cat to subscribe to the podcast, especially on Spotify as well, because they host the podcast as well and they treat me very well, so thank you, Spotify. So yeah, I need to start shouting about the podcast more, because I really enjoy it, and as you would have heard in my Spotify Wrapped for 2025, the podcast did very, very well. It was number 1 in the charts, so I feel like I need to stop bragging about myself and chatting about myself very much. And then my last thing, I cannot tell you about, but I have a secret project in the works that's not 100% confirmed yet, and that is for the big secret project to happen. I'm manifesting it, guys. I'm hoping it happens. Because if it does, it will be the biggest thing I've done in my career. But anyway, on that note, I'm pretty sure that is all of my New Year's resolutions. Let me know in the comments what yours are as well. I love reading through them all. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to today's episode. Thank you so much to Red Post for sponsoring the podcast. Go and check them out at redpostequestrian.co.uk, and also keep your eyes out for their winter equestrian sale coming out 9th of January. But anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!